You know the storm drill, right? One comes and suddenly everybody needs bread and milk. Or a pandemic comes and it's toilet paper, apparently. Well, right now, some places are in the middle of both. And we're starting to see a few empty shelves in stores yet again. After all, panic buying is unavoidable, especially as COVID continues to surge across the country. But our supply system apparently had some hard learning lessons from the spring. And it may be stronger than ever. It's been almost a year since Jose Felipe opened his grocery store, New Rochelle Farms, in the suburbs of New York City. When he cut the ribbon in January of 2020, he says he could never have imagined the chaos that COVID-19 was bringing his way.
It was surreal, the challenges of operating a new store, and then the first wave hitting of the pandemic, the binge buying.
Grocery stores are working to juggle unprecedented demand.
When COVID first started to spread and shoppers began to panic buy, grocers, distributors, and manufacturers had to scramble to meet the demand. Restaurant supplies, unwanted during the lockdown, were diverted to hard-pressed supermarkets. But supply chain experts say most of those empty shelves from last spring shouldn't return this winter, even with a vicious second wave of the virus.
I think we're all much more used to this virus. We've been living with it for 9 months. I think the worry about running out of products and permanently running out of products so that we might need to stockpile, I think that worry has subsided.
Customers are not binge buying as before. They're buying more strategically. I think we all learned from the first wave of the pandemic how to behave, how to obtain items.
Industry trade groups and observers say the key to having well-stocked grocery stores is keeping essential workers safe at every step along the supply chain.
If the manufacturer has an outbreak, that's going to have downstream problems for people trying to buy those products at the store.
Right now, we're seeing too many workers calling out, too many workers absent because of their interaction with COVID in one place or another. If we want to keep these production lines running, we absolutely must get this industry vaccinated, and we must do it as soon as possible.
With most adults still working remotely and most kids still going to school online, more than 80% of meals are being prepared at home. That means demand at the grocery store remains high. But with the lessons learned in the spring, each link in the supply chain is stronger than before, thanks to retailers and wholesalers learning to improvise, and the millions of essential workers who continue to show up to keep food on the shelves.
We're resilient. We've adapted very, very well. Our staff has adapted well. I myself have gotten used to now the long hours, and I'm more prepared now, more than ever.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.